Hey, this is Rob, and you're listening to the Hidden Destination podcast. All right, today is September 21st, and I will be recapping my ride from Turkey Point Provincial Park to Rockpoint Provincial Park. Today I rode 62 miles with 1,300 feet of climbing, and I'm happy to say that the morning started out pretty calm in terms of wind, so I was not immediately battered by a headwind. There was actually no wind for a couple hours, which felt incredible. Excuse me, I just burped. It's pretty crazy that when you have a couple weeks of headwind, no wind feels like a tailwind. So the morning went well. It really felt like autumn was in the air. The smells and the scenery where I was riding, it was farm country, and the smell of like corn and leaves, and it was a nice sort of orange glow to the environment. It was great. So the morning started out very nicely, and then met a couple cyclists in that stretch of the no wind morning that I got chatting with on the side of the road. They're a couple older folks from Ontario, and both done a bunch of bike touring. The gentleman I was speaking with just came back from a pretty big bike tour in Europe. I think it was a Eurovelo 6 that he rode, which goes all the way to Istanbul. So he said that was a pretty spectacular route. And recommended it. And I said, yes, I would very much like to do that. And then I was on Highway 3 for a bit, and then immediately the route diverted to Lakeshore Road. And that was probably one of the best roadways I've been on, at least top 5 this tour. It was gorgeous. It hugged it hugged Lake Erie for miles and miles and miles over virtually no cars. It was pretty much residential and farmland, and as you can imagine, all the houses were just gorgeous. It was either gigantic, very expensive homes or cool little cottage bungalow style houses. So that was very enjoyable. The weather was pristine. It was like 75 and sunny, and I did not have a headwind. It's a bit of a crosswind, but the route was pretty circuitous, so it would bounce between tailwind, crosswind, and a bit of headwind from time to time, which I'll take it. And then I would say that the coolest town that I passed through on that stretch, because these are all like little port towns, was Port Dover. Port Dover was very cool. Definitely, if we end up going back to Port Stanley, Port Dover would definitely have to be another stop. It was quite a lively little town, lots to do, lots of bars and restaurants. Very cool. And yeah, just today kind of flew by despite the 62 miles. This will be my last night camping in Ontario. I've only done 2 of the Ontario provincial parks, but they're both just, I've got a very good sense that almost all the provincial parks are this nice. They're all super uniformed. Like all the signage and sort of amenities seem to be the same across the board, or at least the 2 that I was in. And yeah, it was definitely would love to do more camping up here. It's and the campsites are super busy too. So there's kids all over the place playing and people listening to music, having campfires. It's a fun time. It's a fun place to be. So I'm very pleased that I experienced both of those. Right now I'm recording this from Lookout Point, which is a bunch of kind of a big chunk of rock by the shore, overlooking the water. And it is a clear night. The stars are out. And the moon is currently coming up over the horizon. It's a big old orange moon, and it's rising fast. It's spectacular. Wow. Across the water from me is like the Dunkirk, Fredonia area over in the States, and the whole shoreline is just flashing with red windmill lights. So that's pretty cool too. It's gorgeous down here. So tomorrow I'll be setting off for Buffalo, and I will be crossing the Peace Bridge, hopefully making it across the border with no issue, and I'll be back stateside, and then it's a couple more days back to Rochester. Crazy. There's just been so many takeaways from this trip. I'll have to do one or several podcasts just to sort of do a post-mortem on everything. But one of the big takeaways right off the bat is just how much I used to not love camping a ton. I did it because it was like kind of a means to an end, but man, I've really fallen in love with camping again, and just enjoy so much at the end of the night hunkering down in the tent, and it's just like this little oasis. It's pretty awesome. So I will definitely miss camping once I'm back in the house, but I'm also looking forward to my bed. So yeah, it's crazy. Just every day I'm on the bike, I'm just trying to unpack everything and sort of just take the time to process this whole journey. So it's been lots of days with no music, no nothing, and just silence, and it's great. So yeah. Alrighty. Well, from Rockpoint Provincial Park, until next time, ta-ta.